Alrighty, guys and gals, this is a video tutorial for anybody interested in how I use some of my add-ons. Now, I made a video like this before, but I didn't really go into detail about how to set them up. I just basically went over which add-ons I primarily use in a very basic explanation of them. So what I'm really going to be showing you, if anybody cares, is Bartender. Really, that's it, because I do have a lot of people that ask me how my interface looks the way it looks. I prefer very clean interfaces, very low-key, so that I think it's more immersive for the viewer, in my opinion. I know it is for me if I watch another Let's Play, to see more of the screen and less of the UI. So I'm just going to make a new character here. I'm going to show you my add-ons really quick. This is my add-ons list. And I pretty much have this across the board in Classic. Bagnon, Bag Brother is part of Bagnon. I have Auctionator for the auction house. Bartender is my big one. Blizz Move is super helpful for me. Classic Bestiary. It displays what abilities mobs have. I have a hide chat button. This also helps my interface look cleaner. Kill Track, Leatrix Maps, Leatrix Plus, of course, Questy. I have a thing called Sexy Map, Taco Tip, and that's pretty much it. So let's jump into the world here.
The eccentric.
So this is a new character. So this is, if you're using Bartender or you have it downloaded, your interface might look a little screwy, kind of like mine is right now. I don't know if this is the default or not. But I'm basically going to take you through exactly what I do when I set up a new character. And again, for anybody who's interested. So the reason my map looks like this is an add-on called Sexy Map. You can get all of these add-ons from CurseForge. And I do go over this in the previous video. If you go to my YouTube page, there's a magnifying glass at the top. Just type in add-on, hit enter, and you should see the first video where I go over what Sexy Map does. But it basically changes the map for you. I like to keep it simple. I either go simple square. As you can see, it makes it into a simple square. I like to hide. If I come down here to clock, I just click never. I don't like to show the clock or the coordinates. I just disable them. It cleans up the map quite a bit. And then you can drag this wherever you want. So my add-ons around the map here, I've got these little buttons, and I have another add-on. I think it's part of Leatrix Plus. I'm not 100% sure, but what it'll do, if I move my mouse away from the map, they should disappear. It makes it even cleaner, right? And then I can even, put this further over here, like that. So that's what I do there. One of the first things I do is I unlock this window. I move it, and I'm going to move it down here for right now. I lock it back, and then I have a little red button down here. I don't know if you can see it. If I click that, chat goes away completely. I don't have to look at it. Again, this is part of the clean UI that I personally prefer. I know a lot of people like Elv UI and things where like the whole bottom part here is just all bars, random abilities. They have like a journal open over here or a guide. All of their quest objectives over here. I just think it's too much. I just think it looks more immersive for me personally to see more of the screen. So let's get into Bartender. So once you have set Bartender up, so here's Bartender. This is what it looks like, a little dwarven mug there. You can click on it and it'll show you what bars are out here already, right? If you right click, you get this option, and this is where I would go first. So the reason I can move this around into any other bar or any other window is because of the add-on called Blizz Move. And I like being able to have more control and move things around. So now once you set up your interface, I'm going to walk you through exactly what I do. When you go back, if you make a new character, what you can do is come in here to Profiles, and you'll have Copy From. So I have different profiles that I've already set up. It saves them. And it also saves them across different realms as well. But we're not going to do that for now. What we're going to do is brand new. So I pull this bar down here. You can just unlock the Where is it? Move frame. Unlock it. You can move this wherever you want. Can I? Oh, this has actually been controlled by another add-on. Just leave it there for right now. So anyway, let's right-click on Bartender over here. I'm going to uncheck lock. And as soon as I uncheck this, you can see the bars I have. Now, I don't want bar 3 or 4. So right here, this is action bar 3. I'm going to click, well, just uncheck enable. Like, I don't need those two. Not yet. Right? Nothing over there. Bar 6 and 5 are right here. I can hide these as well. Just get rid of them. My stance bar, if you don't want this, if you're playing a character that you don't need this with, come down to stance bar right here and just get rid of it. Here's a pet bar. I'm not using a pet. Pet bar is here. Disable it. Just get rid of that, right? So what we're left with is a reputation bar, XP bar, and then the Blizzard art bar. I don't actually like seeing the reputation bar up there, so again, I'm just going to get rid of that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my XP bar. I'm just going to move it up here a little bit. Let me move this over here so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, vehicle bar. I'll move that over there. I'm going to drag bar 1 up here. So I have control of all of this stuff, but this is what I want. I want to pull these other bars that you need by default, pretty much. And I just want the Blizzard art bar here. And what I'm going to do is come down here to Blizzard art bar. What I like to do is I like to reduce the scale of this thing. And for me personally, I like 0.6. Now I know it's small, but again, this is just my preference. And I'm going to snap that right to the middle there. It just kind of snaps into place. Now, the other bar, so bar 1 is going to go here, but obviously it's too big now. So we have to go to bar 1, and I'm going to match the scale to 0.6, just like that. I'm also want to show the button grid. You can choose to show that or not to show it. And then I'm going to drag this right down here, and it'll fit perfectly now because the scale matches, right? Just drop it on the bar. So same thing with the bag bar, which is here. Let's set this to 0.6. I'll place this in here, just like that. And then the micro menu, 0.6 for the scale. Now, there's a lot of other stuff you can do with this, a whole lot. Right? You can change the padding and the spacing, whatever you want to do. So the XP bar will do the same thing. Change the scale so it matches. Grab it. Now, you could put this up here if you wanted, like wherever you want. Like you can, that's just the beauty of this add-on. You can place this stuff wherever you want. Once I have everything into place where I want it, all I do is click lock. Close this. There's my UI. It's all set up. Now, if I want another bar, a bar up here, which I usually will have, let's right-click, go unlock. And what I'll do is I'll just hit these one by one until I see something that's not enabled. So bar 2 is not enabled. Let's turn it on. And here it is right here. So let's use this bar down here. So again, what I'm going to do is change it to 0.6 or however big I want it. Put the button grid up. Now for bars, individual bars, I like to reduce the padding. So I'm going to show you what the padding does. You can see it just puts extra space between. I kind of like it at -3, but you can put this however you want. So you can put it up here. It could be off to the side, but I generally like to have a bar here and one over there. Lock it. Make sure it's not like overlapping. If you turn snapping off here, where is snapping? Can I remember where that is? Button lock minimap. Hold on. I'm going to toggle snapping. Lock. I forget how to do this. I've done this so many times. I don't want the button lock. I don't actually see it. There's a way to toggle snapping on and off, and I can't remember how to do it. But you can put this wherever you want. So we'll put a bar here. And if you want another bar, obviously just the same thing. So if you get a bar that's, vertical like this, and you want to change it to horizontal, just change the rows right here. You change it this way, and it just switches that up for you if you wanted another bar, or vice versa. If it's vertical or horizontal and you want it vertical, just switch this to there. We could take the scale down, 0.6, take the padding down. And if you don't want that many buttons, just go up here to buttons and reduce it. So what I like to do in my Let's Plays, I like a bar up here above my character. And I call this like my panic bar, pretty much. Let me move this over here. So if I change this to row or 1, I can move this right above my character. So I could put a health pot here, something I need quick access to, right? And then just lock it into place. So there's so much you can do with that add-on, and I hope that helps out a little bit, right? Drag your Hearthstone out here. So this is Bagnon, and what this does is it just puts all of your bags together. And I didn't used to like this add-on, but I've gotten used to it. So when you open any bag, it'll show you your complete inventory all at once. But there's a ton of stuff you can do with Bagnon is what it's called. And another great thing you can do with this, as you can see on this little profile picture right here, if you right-click, it actually will open up your bank. So if you're out in the world and you're wondering what I have in my bank or do I have mats in there, you just right-click. Now, obviously, you can't drag between these two because this is what's in the bank and you're not at the bank. But that's what I use it for. You can do auto sorts, all types of things. And I have most of there's a bunch of different options. If you go here to options, all kinds of stuff. There's a sort button you can put up here, as you can see, but I sort my own bags. You can have a search button if you're looking for something specific and your bags are a wreck, whatever. You can show money down here, and you can show this, which is kind of cool. It basically shows your add-ons, quick access to them. I don't know why you would need it, but I like to show the inventory right there. But that's basically it. That's how I get the clean interface. And again, as far as the map goes, I just use an add-on called Sexy Map, so where I can change this from the default. But that's really it. So now that I have this set up here, when I roll a new character, if I right-click on Bartender on the new character, I'll come down here to Profiles, and I could just choose Copy From, and just pick the name of the character I already have set up, and it will automatically set your UI to this. You can also save as a preset, which I've never done, but you can do this. You can apply this preset, and then when you roll a new character, you can just apply that preset to the current one. It's basically the same thing. And I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I do have the other add-ons, but they're basically just quality of life type of things. So for instance, well, none of these have abilities. The classic bestiary add-on, if this wolf had an ability like howl, growl, it would actually show over there on that right-hand side. But yeah, I think that's about it. Auctionator I use for the auction house, obviously. And the reason I like the auction house add-on, and I did go over this in the other video, if you're wondering, but it just, for me, it makes posting things and buying things a lot easier. Way, way easier than doing it manually. But that's it for my UI. If you have specific questions or more specific questions, I'll do my best to answer them. But again, this is just a one-off video for anybody who's not familiar with Bartender. And I do get asked pretty frequently, like, why my UI looks like this, or how do I get my UI? So I'm just overriding the default Blizzard UI and using Bartender. Now, if you're playing in retail, they have the edit mode now, which is, I don't really know. I don't play retail, so I don't really know if it's similar or you can do similar things. I know you can move things around, add bars and things like that, but I don't know if you can shrink stuff like this to get your cleaner interface. But that's it. Let me know if you need more information. I hope it helped some of you. I really do. That's it for me. You guys take care. I'll see you in a future episode of something.